When you take creatine, many biological changes happen inside your body. Creatine has the ability to increase muscle mass, strength, and it's one of the main reasons that it's associated with bodybuilding. Yet the benefits of creatine don't end there. There are many other benefits and uses that occur when you take creatine, some which you probably didn't know. Creatine is actually already produced inside the human body from the amino acids glycine and arginine, and you can find these in many common foods, including red meat and fish. The problem is you're unlikely to get enough from these foods alone, and that's why most people supplement with creatine. So in this video I'm going to go through 8 points most people don't know about creatine and tell you the benefits of each one. So number 1, cognitive function. The first and lesser known fact is that creatine can improve your cognitive function. Contrary to the age-old saying of all brain and no brawn, if you supplement with creatine, you can actually have both. Creatine actually improved the cognitive functions of elderly individuals, and they found that it was due to an increase in the brain energy metabolism in memory, reasoning and intelligence. And the study also found that there was a wide range of beneficial effects on cognitive performance for all people of all ages. And creatine actually has positive effects on mental health, including reducing stress and anxiety, which would lead into improving mood and sleep quality as well. Another notable benefit of creatine is to enhance bone health through its ability to increase muscle mass. This in turn can contribute to bone density increases. Studies have shown that creatine supplementation can actually increase bone mineral density, and that's a vital aspect of bone health and strength. And it achieves this by boosting calcium absorption and protein synthesis, which are critical for maintaining robust bones. And the reason this is important is because as individuals age, there's a natural decline in bone density. Weightlifting is one of the most effective methods for preserving bone density. When lifting weights, the pressure of the weight and gravity combined puts pressure onto muscles and bones, and it promotes adaptations which will reinforce bones, causing them to become thicker. And as we get older, we often fall into the risk of getting osteoporosis, and that is one of the main indirect killers of older people. Another fact that not many people might know is creatine has been linked with a reduction in inflammation, and this is because creatine can reduce markers of oxidative stress, and that's beneficial for reducing inflammation. One of the ways it does this is by reducing the activity of the enzyme. Inflammatory hormones get produced by the body when it experiences injury or infection, and so by supplementing with creatine you can reduce the production of these hormones. And creatine can actually help with cellular oxidant activity, including the process of removing free radicals, which is important because these free radicals are associated with disease. That includes cardiovascular disease, diabetes, cancer and Alzheimer's. And this brings me to my next point. Creatine can help with reducing muscle soreness, and that is due to creatine's ability to increase the production of phosphocreatine. This helps delay fatigue by providing the muscles with more energy. It assists in the formation of ATP. And ATP is the key molecule that your cells actually use for energy. It's constantly being synthesized by your body, and creatine increases these phosphocreatine stores, and that allows your body to create more ATP, and that then provides your muscles with more energy, and on top of that can help reduce muscle soreness. And one of the ways that creatine can do this is by increasing the rate of muscle protein synthesis, one of the most important factors of muscle growth. It improves ability to recover from exercise at a faster rate, and in turn that will reduce muscle protein breakdown and muscle soreness. And improving performance is what creatine is best known for, but it isn't limited to bodybuilding and fitness. Some research has shown that it can improve athletic performance as well, and that's in a variety of different sports, and it can benefit many different types of athletes. But it doesn't just help with strength, it also helps with endurance as well, which allows athletes to train longer and harder than not taking creatine. And studies have shown that creatine can lead to an increase in the amount of time it takes to hit exhaustion during a workout. And that can be beneficial because athletes can then do more, which means more practice and more volume of practice, which will then add up. It will also help be able to increase intensity. If you can do it more intense, that's one of the key drivers of muscle growth. But there are also beneficial effects that translate from the reduction of fatigue and muscle damage that is going to allow athletes to recover faster, either between training sessions, weightlifting sessions, or even matches that they play as well, meaning that the volume of exercise can increase over time. And even though most people are aware that creatine helps muscle mass, not many are aware that it actually promotes water retention. So when you consume creatine, it gets absorbed by muscle cells, and when this happens, it also draws water into the muscles. An increase in water retention will lead to an increase on the number on the scales. But most get worried about starting taking creatine and those numbers going up, but it's not fat, it's just water, and if you stop taking creatine, it will start to go. And the benefit of creatine is that the water being absorbed into the muscles is going to make you look bigger. And one benefit of this water retention is muscle growth. And the reason for this is that the boost in muscular hydration increases the pressure placed against cell membranes, and your muscles will perceive this as a threat to their integrity, and that in turn can increase anabolic signaling, which would lead to a more favorable protein turnover rate. And this is one of the ways that creatine can lead to an increase in protein synthesis. It can help you build muscle faster. Building muscle is all about synthesizing protein at a faster rate than what gets broken down. But there are other things that contribute from creatine to help build muscle. This is just one of them. And onto another point that you may not know is that creatine can actually help with diabetes management. This is because creatine can help with insulin sensitivity and glucose control, which is a massive benefit for people that suffer from diabetes. And this is because it assists with glucose uptake into the cells. It isn't a silver bullet for health, and diabetics should regularly exercise and take care of the diet as well, but it is an added benefit. And it can also decrease your blood pressure. And this happens by increasing the efficiency of the heart. So when your heart works more efficiently, then your blood pressure and your heart rate tend to go down. And this is why marathon runners would have such low heart rates. And studies have also shown that creatine will also increase lean body mass or muscle mass whilst being able to decrease fat mass. And it does this by increasing your basal metabolic rate, i.e. calories burned at rest. And that's because muscle is more metabolically active than fat or just nothing being there. And again, creatine isn't a silver bullet. Your body composition is more or less going to be determined from your diet and your exercise and everything else that goes into it. Creatine is not a magic potion that is going to get you absolutely shredded. And then finally, number 8, creatine can also play a role in the treatment of neurological diseases such as Alzheimer's and Parkinson's. And it could be beneficial in treating other neurological conditions, including Huntington's disease and any traumatic brain injury. All the reason for this is the amount of phosphocreatine in the brain. And studies have shown that increasing phosphocreatine levels in the brain helps supply energy to the brain. And that might be beneficial in the treatment of all of these neurological diseases. However, there needs to be a lot more research into this field on how creatine can help with these neurological diseases. However, because creatine is so safe and so well researched, even if you're not doing it directly for that, if you take creatine, it could potentially help with that. So there is literally no downside in doing it. So those are 8 things that you may or may not have known about creatine. If you've got any more questions regarding creatine, make sure you leave them in the comments and I'll get back to you on those. And creatine is one of the only supplements that I would recommend for anyone doing any bodybuilding or fitness protocols. There are a few more, and if you want to know which those are, I've got a free guide in the description, and it's a guide to build muscle efficiently and effectively. It will tell you all of the exercises that you will need, how to train for hypertrophy, and the supplementation that you will need. So download it, put your best email address in, and you'll get it sent. Hope you enjoyed that one, and I'll see you in the next one.